Ernie Studios. Theo Dorsey is theoretically speaking. Streaming live on YouTube, here's Theo Dorsey.
Yes, Sirski. Back at it. I want to talk to you about Duffy's Sports Grill before we get into this get around, before we get around town, because you said I'm not a fan of sports. What I am a fan of, 2-for-1 drinks all day, every day. That's what you get at Duffy's Sports Grill, plus the 80 or more television screens at each one of these locations. Duffy'sMVP.com. That's where you tap in to become a rewards member and an MVP just like me. Now, the great thing about Duffy's, the dog days of summer, you get random sports radio talk like top 5 fans in all of sports. Well, the dog days of summer at Duffy's, you get char-grilled, all-natural, uncured Vienna beef hot dogs and several different styles of it. You got the All-American. You got the Cubano. You got the Texan. The Texan, by the way, topped with Duffy's signature beef chili. Whew. That one right there is probably the biggest winner for me. And then, of course, you got the Duffy's Death Dog with the spicy death sauce. This is limited time. You can only get these hot dogs, these Duffy's dogs, through July 31st. Visit your nearest Duffy's, Duffy'sMVP.com. At Duffy's, our game is always on. Yeah, C-Cat, I do think that maybe putting ceiling fan over, like, Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans, maybe that was a little bit disrespectful. It was. But, again, in my daily walk of life, I mean, it's just much more useful to me. I'm sorry, Jeanette Javier. Big shout to you as a Bucs fan, but, like, I need that ceiling fan to go to sleep. Like, I will wake up in the middle of the night and cut it on. I need that air rotating for me. This is very beneficial for my soul, for my air, for my ventilation, for my just everything about me, dog.
I guess it makes sense. Like, if Thanos snaps his fingers and all of a sudden all Tampa Bay Buccaneers fans vanished, just all of a sudden, that would affect your life less than if all ceiling fans went away.
Well, there's Jeanette. There's Jeanette Javier. That's my dog. So I would be sad that
all right, fans of the Colorado Rockies, if they disappeared like that, yeah, like it would not matter.
Not shaking at all. Not shaking at all. I do have a buddy that's a fan of all Denver sports, a groomsman of mine, Isaiah. I don't know if he's a Rockies fan, though. I don't know if he watches baseball, but if he does.
He wasn't the best man. He was a groomsman.
He was just a groomsman.
Yeah,
you're right.
He wasn't the top guy.
Sorry about that, Isaiah. You're replaceable, apparently. I mean, you're not, yeah. Our big brother was top man. Best man. The Get Around. How about we hop on the Get Around today? The Get Around, which is our vehicle to drive you to the biggest and largest and most impactful sports headlines all throughout the day. The Get Around today brought to you by Baptist Health Orthopedic Care.
I get around. What you mean you don't know? Round and round. Check we go. I get around.
Are you experiencing joint pain? Is that affecting your quality of life? At Baptist Health Orthopedic Care, our team is experienced in traditional joint replacement surgery as well as new, less invasive treatments with the goal of returning you to what you love as quickly as possible. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care combines its resources of experienced physicians and leading-edge treatments and technology to provide advanced orthopedic, foot and ankle, joint replacement, spine, and sports medicine care. Visit baptisthealth.net/ortho for more information today. Baptist Health Orthopedic Care has offices conveniently located in Palm Beach County through the Florida Keys. Learn more by visiting baptisthealth.net/ortho.
Next stop.
Theo, where do you want to go first? Because I want to go to Arlington, Texas.
You know what? Let's do it. Shout out to the city. Hopefully they have power because people in Houston still suffering.
Rookie sensation Paul Skenes of the Pittsburgh Pirates will start for the NL at Tuesday's All-Star game in Arlington, Texas.
This is this is what everybody's been crying for. Let the young guy hop on the mound first, and what? He's going to pitch like 2 or 3 innings, and everybody will get their Paul Skenes fix?
I mean, he has been great, and he is probably one of the bigger pitching stars in baseball right now.
Yeah.
It's kind of the Caitlin Clark effect, right? Like, okay, maybe Caitlin Clark isn't the best at her position in the WNBA, but you want her on that Olympic team because the name carries that value. Maybe Paul Skenes might not be the most deserving to start the game, but you want the biggest name in the biggest spot.
He's the biggest name in pitching right now in baseball.
I'd say so.
Like, I think that's not even like hyperbole.
No, not at all.
Especially as a guy that doesn't tap in as much. Like, I hear his name much more than anybody else, and isn't he undefeated in his rookie season?
I mean, you didn't know he was dating Livy Dunn, and that's like part of the reason why he is the biggest name is because he's part of MLB's own celebrity couple.
He's got a weird mustache, though.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
I mean, yours isn't that cool either.
I know, but like,
I was looking at it earlier today, honestly.
really, you don't like it?
Yeah.
I just got it trimmed up today.
You like shave half of it and you leave
Like
the
a
other
little
half
trim.
there.
I leave like a trim right above the lip because I look weird with no mustache, but then the full thing is gets a little busy.
Steve Harvey-ish.
Yeah, I don't want to do a full Steve Hardy, Mr. Potato Head on him, but yeah, I don't like his mustache. Mine is incrementally better.
Next stop.
Didn't really mean to knock your mustache
No, it's
out
cool.
of left
It's cool.
field. That was kind of mean.
I mean, it's fine. I'm confident. I'm married. I'm okay. I'm off the market.
Wimbledon, London. Is Wimbledon a city?
Wimbledon is a city, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was like we're going to the Wimbledon in London.
No, it's a city. I think that's where Wimbledon is.
That would make sense. I like the Masters is in a city. It's Augusta.
Right, it's Augusta National. Yeah, okay, yeah.
Carlos Alcaraz and Novak Djokovic are facing off in the Wimbledon final for the second straight year.
Damn right they are. And I want Carlos Alcaraz to whoop his tail. Good night. Corny. I'm not a big Djokovic guy. I'm out on Djokovic, the Joker, if they call him that. I think he has, like 7 Wimbledons? And my boy Alcaraz got his first one last year against him. I want him to double up on him. The sequel's going to the incumbent.
Next stop.
You're a Djokovic guy, too.
I am.
So that hurt to hear.
I guess, yeah. I kind of watch maybe a half a tennis match every 2 years. So, and I've picked Djokovic as my favorite guy.
Yeah.
Why? I don't know. He's kind of like a bad guy. I like a heel. But next up, we're in Las Vegas, Nevada. Running back Josh Jacobs elaborates on his decision to leave the Raiders for the Packers. Take a listen.
Was it hard for you in that 4 or 5 year period at the beginning of your career to say, like, am I ever going to get out? Was that stressful?
Nah, definitely. Like, and that went in part to me leaving. I'm like, man, coming from Alabama, like, I went to championship every year I was there. I remember coming to the league and losing my first game, and I was mad, not talking to nobody, and a vet come up to me and like, this the NFL, like, you gonna lose. I'm like, so y'all cool with losing? It was so different. Then the most frustrating thing about it all, you got me, Tay and Max. You got guys that come in every day and work hard, and you don't get the results. Every year you close, but it's not winning. I want me to come back on a discount and lose. I don't know how I feel about that.
That's how I want my running back to talk. And also, if you're a Raiders player, fan, coach, like person in the front office, how poorly do you now look on your franchise? Like, I feel bad. I feel like my guy Antonio Pierce don't want to lead an organization that's known for being okay with losing. And then they're going to trot out Aiden O'Connell at quarterback, so I feel like maybe they are okay with losing.
I don't know. He kind of equated effort with good player. He said Max Crosby, one of the better defenders in the NFL. Devonta Adams, who at one time was the best undisputed receiver in the NFL, and himself. Josh Jacobs put up great numbers a couple of years ago. Just because you're great does not mean you're working the hardest. I don't think that's an equivalency.
How do you think they got there?
By being naturally talented.
Not just natural talent. These dudes are...
You're born at 5'4", 160... Not
well,
born to that,
they're all in the NFL, though. So they're all naturally gifted. But Josh Jacobs, known hard worker. Devontae Adams, I mean, his feet, his route running is what makes him over the top. It's not like he's a physical freak like A.J. Brown. And Max Crosby is an all-effort guy.
Yeah, but that does not mean that the guys who are not putting up the same numbers, who maybe are not making those all-pro teams, are not putting all that effort in if they're not getting the accolades.
Well, if he's looking at it and a veteran in that locker room not only didn't perform well, but then afterwards was like, yo, bruh, like, it's the NFL, you're going to lose. I can see why he would think, like,
no, because he's delusional. He played in Alabama.
You got to be delusional.
It's Alabama. You win almost all the time. It's the NFL. Unless you're a Chiefs fan the past 5 years, you're not going to win all the time.
And you should be hurt. You should be mad. You should be wanting to win, and you should be in that locker room like, damn. You shouldn't be like, hey, it's okay to lose. It happens. It's the NFL. No, that's whack.
You, of all people, know it's okay to lose in the regular season.
Yes, I know it's okay to lose, but it's not okay to be passing it off as something that's permissible in the locker room, telling rooks they get used to it.
We're going to throw
the
a
Raiders.
Start crying, throwing stuff in the locker room? No.
Damn right.
Grow up.
No. Grow up. How about you grow some you-know-whats and try to win a football game?
Next stop.
Netflix, Silicon Valley. Omaha Productions and NFL Films show receiver is now the #1 show on Netflix, just like Quarterback last summer.
See, I absolutely love these types of shows. I haven't tapped in on Receiver yet. I know they got, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, and Devontae Adams and Justin Jefferson. It's an interesting crop. But the one thing I did want to say about this show is I find it hilarious that they had 2 49ers on there, mic'd up for the Super Bowl, and they lost. And last year on Quarterback, they had Patrick Mahomes obviously mic'd up in the Super Bowl, and it ended in that triumphant win, which was great. I can't wait to see how Receiver actually ends and what that looks like on the other side. Like having them reach the final stage. I bet Omaha and Netflix was like, yo, we got gold. We struck gold 2 years in a row, and then absolutely deflated at the end.
I guess so.
Next stop.
We're going to the City of Champions.
Yes.
We happen to be in the City of Champions right now because we reside in the same city of Kaiser University.
How does 22 national championships sound to you?
That sounds good.
Absolutely amazing. When you're hanging enough banners to sport, literally like there's 22 guys on a football field at a time. There's 22 national championship banners at Kaiser University. They are the school of champions. Kaiser also has back-to-back national champions in men's lacrosse. They've got 3 straight swimming and diving titles with their women's team and 61 total regular season titles. It's Title Town out there. Plus that Learfield Cup, which is just a beautiful crystal cup. You can hold it up to the sun and you see all the rays bounce off of it. Just gorgeous. Stay up to date with the Kaiser Seahawks, the winners, the champions, KUSeahawks.com. Over there at the flagship campus of Kaiser University in West Palm Beach. That was the get around. That was a good ride, a fun time. We actually got all the way out to Wimbledon, London, which we both learned today was a city because I will be honest, when I was looking it up and organizing the get around, I too was like, is Wimbledon actually like the place or is it the stadium?
Fact check. We got a fact check from Cade in the studio. He says Wimbledon is a town in London.
Yeah.
And London's not a country. So like it's not a city.
Oh, damn, I'm tripping.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's a town inside of London. So technically,
like a borough if it was in the U.S., right?
Right.
Like Bronx is to New York City as Wimbledon is to London.
The more you know.
I hope this is incredibly wrong and the one person that transplanted from the UK to here is gripping their steering wheel and saying, these guys don't know what they're talking about.
Clear the air for us. 888-760-3776. We're young pups. We're learning about this. Wimbledon. Is it a city? Is it a town? Is it a state? Is it a borough? Let us know. On the other side, actually, please don't call about that. On the other side, we rate the hate. Colorado State's coach is getting a little antsy again. He's getting a little chompy at the bit with his tongue. He's getting himself in trouble. He and Serena Williams, 2 of the stars of today's Rate the Hate on Theoretically Speaking. That's CCAT. I'm Theo Dorsey. Stick around on ESPN 106.3.
Live from the Anajar and Levine Accident Attorney Studios. Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1